Hey folks, get on in here. I have a cup of tea. I've decided I need to drink decaf. I can't wait for our decaf tea to come in because I've been going to bed later and later and later. So I've got some dandelion tea. I've never had dandelion tea, but I will try it out. You know, dandelions are weeds that grow in our gardens. It smells like greens. It's greeny tea. Yep. Anyway, get on in here. If you missed Leanne's show today at 1 o'clock, you need to go listen to it because she told me, she said, "Did you miss the show?" And I said, "Yeah, I've been on a hyper focus of getting podcasts into iTunes, and I was just one of those busy days." And she says, "I talked about the 4 A's, and I can't remember them right now, but attention is one of them, apology is another one, action is one of them, and audacity." I think action and audacity can go together, but you know, it's alliteration. You get to play with it any way you want to if you're a writer, and you can have fun with it. And I said, "Well, I don't know about this apology part." She said, "Just listen to it." So she's my friend, and I did. And the woman made me cry. Yep. She made me cry. Now, I know I have eyeballs that leak all the time. But this was the opposite of audacity is probably arrogance. And I was arrogant. I was thinking, I don't need to apologize. I haven't done anything wrong. Why should I apologize? Well, guess what? Leanne and I wrote a book about this. So, I listened to her intently, squalled my eyes out, sent a squalling picture, a squalling icon to her, and she'll probably come on here in a minute, but y'all have to listen to it. Robert gave me a quote many years ago, and he said, "Do what you can with what you have, where you are." And I think it was a quote from a president or a president's wife, or I don't know. Don't have a clue. Action, apology, attention, and you know, when you can ask somebody's forgiveness, that's a big step. You don't necessarily have to apologize for any action that you've done, but you can ask for forgiveness globally, because all of us fall short of the glory of God. We do. So there's middle ground. Well, there is middle ground in everything. But first, what's the but first? But first, we have to be willing. We have to be willing to take that next step. We have to be willing to say, let's talk. We have to be willing to recognize there's a problem. Some people don't even see the problems ever. They don't ever see a problem. But Leanne saw a problem in the early 90s. And she had 2 little kids. We hadn't met yet. And she had 2 little kids, and she moved from California. She was Canadian. She's now a U.S. citizen. I think she has dual citizenship. And she moved to a place where people went to their own churches. And she said she saw it as being the most segregated place in the world when she moved to Charlotte from California. Now, I have always lived in a segregated city, town. Not really, I've never lived in town, but we just all grew up together. We all grew up together. And, I don't understand. I can't. Let's just say, I don't know what it's like. I don't know what it's like to be a mama and have a child who's learning to drive to go out into the public. I mean, my child learned to drive, but I don't know what it's like to be a mama of a black child. Now, a mama of a black child can be a white person too, or a Hispanic person. Yeah, the colors don't matter. The child's driving. Kids do stupid things. How do you keep them safe? Well, we all can do a little bit. We can all step out of ourselves and our comfort zones. But if your house is a disaster, you're not going to feel comfortable to do that. I heard on TV this morning that this two guys who work together, different colors, but they've been working together a long time, and they decided to invite people to come and have a beer with them. I don't know where they were in the world, don't have a clue, but one was from Long Island and the other one was from a county called Allegheny County. I don't know where that is, but they decided to have a beer together and invite people to come and have a beer with them. Stop by and say hi. I guess they're out in the garage or on their front porch or somewhere. And people stopped by. And guess who stopped by? Brad Paisley stopped by. Leanne was telling me about that this morning. So we can do something. Might not be much, but we can start a conversation. We can go to church. We can invite somebody to your church. We can step out of the comfort zone that we're in and do something different. Reach across the aisle. Have a kind word. Bless other people with your love. The Bible teaches us to love your neighbor as yourself. Imagine that. We don't know how to love ourselves. And when we can't love ourselves, it's almost impossible to love somebody else. Now, as I was thinking back to how I was arrogant and thinking, well, I don't need to apologize. I haven't done anything wrong. Well, when I was 5 years old, I said a bad word. And I got paddled for it. Did I say that bad word ever again? No. I never said that bad word again. Ever. We have a chance now. Getting our houses in order frees us up to be able to step outside of ourselves and bless others. Simple, to the point. Now, many years ago, I wrote about how to get your children's attention. And it's not just your children's attention. It's not. It's anybody's attention when you want to have a little wake-up call. Yeah, a wake-up call. And it's a wake-up call for you. You set your family around the table and you apologize. And getting their attention, oh my goodness. Having a parent or a sibling or a neighbor apologize out of the blue, And it doesn't have to be an apology of arrogance. It's just an apology. I don't know how you feel. I have no clue what you've had to go through. None. I can't even go there. I can't even think about it. So asking for forgiveness and forgiving others is a powerful tool. Most of the time we run around our whole lives holding grudges to people who don't even have a clue that you're mad at them. They don't have a clue. My hair is all lopsided. No clue. So let's step out of ourselves. We may not know how to do it, but by golly, we can hold hands with another person. We can love other people. We don't have to be stuck in our little comfort zones, feeling sorry for ourselves and not knowing what to do. Do something. It may not be right. It may not matter a whole lot, but we can do something. Just do some little something. Karen's got the right idea. If you have a problem with somebody, let them know it. Let them know it. Forgiveness is a big tool. It's a tool that sticks with you. I hear somebody hammering over there. I got me a little puppy dog right here who's licking me. You know, dogs don't hold grudges. They remember if somebody's hurt them, but they don't hold grudges. It's just tea, baby. It's just tea. So step outside of yourselves. I don't know what it is for you. You have to figure that out. But if the dishes are calling you and the laundry's calling you and the kids are saying, read me a book, read me a book, you're not going to feel like you can. But if you have those little things out of the way, yep. Tulip, come here. She's sacked out already. Come here, Tulip. People want to see the baby. Her tail's flopping up and down. Get your house in order. And that is a mental and physical house. Turn off the TV. Turn off the TV. Stay safe. Do y'all want to see Tulip? Let's see if I can. Hold it a second. That's not working. Tulip. There's the puppy. Tulip. Tulip. It's the wrong end of the puppy. Tulip. Her tail's flapping. She's happy. Tulip. She won't get up for anything. There's the puppy face. Yeah, you're on the show. You're on the show. You're the star. She knows we're talking about her. Okay, that's enough of that. Now, let's see if anybody's on here I can talk to. I gotta put this back in its holder so I don't drop it again. How how long have you been following us? Oh, somebody, Patty or Liz asked a question. Yep, she sacked out again. Well, folks, drink your tea. I'm not gonna have any caffeine late in the day anymore. I'm gonna be careful. Be careful. I burned some papers in the fireplace. They're not smelling too good right now. So listen to Leanne's show. You know, we all feel helpless sometimes. We feel hopeless. We feel helpless. And that's because we don't have faith. And we think we're small. We think we're little. And we're not little. We have a voice just like everybody else. We can write a letter to the editor. We can post positive things on Facebook. We can do this stuff. There's one friend that I follow out of Baltimore, and she says she's just an amazing woman. She's been sick. She's has diabetes real bad, and she's not this big around. But she said, you know, I don't know why I'm still here. I don't know why I'm still here. God put me here for a reason, and you know, and I can pray for people. So every morning I get on Facebook and I ask people if there's anybody that needs prayers. And I get this list and I pray for them during the day. I pray for them during the day. If that's all you can do, then that's what you can do. That's what you can do. I got birds all around me. They don't like it when I'm out here. But we can take care of ourselves. When we take care of ourselves, we're refreshed. That's what taking this 3 o'clock break is all about. It's what it's all about. If we take care of ourselves, we can take care of others. There's no sense in crying. Crying doesn't do anything to help. Now, things can touch you and you can cry, but crying is feeling sorry for yourself, and we don't feel sorry for ourselves. We're action people. We get up and we take actions. We take actions, even if it's 2 minutes at a time. Maybe you're going to pick up and write a note to a friend that you haven't talked to in years from high school. Maybe it's somebody that made a difference in your life. Do it. Do it. Don't wait until you got the perfect note, card, or greeting card, or just the right type of stamp. Put a stamp on your envelope, scribble a little note on a piece of scratch pad, and send it to them. There's a time for mourning, and there's a time for doing. And you can get the mourning out of the way, the mourning. But then it's time to get on with your life. I know people who have never gotten over their mother's death. Ever. Death is part of living. Forgive yourself and jump in. And remember your mom on her birthday and on your birthday, because she did give birth to you. Remember her at appropriate times, but don't wallow in self-pity because they're gone. My step-grandmother told me, don't cry for me when I'm gone, because I'm going to be in a better place. I am going to be in a better place. And if you're crying for me, you're really feeling sorry for yourself. And she said, my daddy taught me that. When he was passing, he taught me that, and he told me to pass it along to people. So I may cry, I may be sad on certain occasions, but I'm not going to wallow in it. And every dog we've ever had that's passed has become part of our history, has taught us different things. It's just little teachers along the way. Everything in our life is a little teacher. Right now, we're going through some teaching times. We're going through some tough times. Tough times. Financially, spiritually. I think we're in spiritual warfare, y'all. Spiritual warfare is going on. And we've got to ask the good Lord to help us. Stand up for what you believe in. But let's do it together. Because for once, in the last 40 years of me being an adult, for once, we're all agreeing on the same thing. We agree that what happened to Mr. Floyd was wrong. What has happened to other people was wrong. Wrong. We're agreeing. What part of I agree? Do some people not understand? We're together. We're locked arms together, fighting against the evil. Something evil disrupted this country. Something evil. And we have got to say, devil, be gone in Jesus' holy name. Say it with me together. Devil, be gone in Jesus' holy name. Out of here. And you know, when we command him to leave, he will. The Bible tells us that. So let's get rid of the evil. Let's turn off our TVs. Let's drink to being stronger than we've ever had to be, because we can do this. As Leanne says, we can fix the breach. Our whole society has been breached by evil. And it's time for us to bridge that gap. And we do it by holding hands. I know there was a song. I think you can look it up on YouTube. I think Michael Jackson sang it, and it was a video. And it was all about coming together. It's all about coming together. We are part of this coming together. We don't have to sit idly at home because we can't get anything done at our house. We can do this. Blessed are the peacemakers. When I was 9 years old, maybe 8 years old, we lived in La Paz, Indiana, and went to church. Went to church in, what was the name of that town? It's where Notre Dame is, the college, the University of Notre Dame. South Bend, Indiana. South Bend. We went to church in South Bend, and I learned for my memory verses in Vacation Bible School, I learned the Beatitudes. Y'all, go listen, go watch, go read the Beatitudes. Go read them. I wish I had my iPad out there and I'd read them all to you. But blessed are the peacemakers. Let's let the mothers be peacemakers. The mothers be peacemakers. Because Scott Adams said the other day, we just needed to get a bunch of grandmothers out into those riots to straighten everything up. Protesting is one thing. Peaceful protesting is one thing alone. When it gets violent and people get hurt, and there have been thousands of people hurt, there have been 1,000 livelihoods destroyed, and that ruins our hope. No, I'm not part Hoosier. We lived there one summer. Daddy had a job up there, and we lived there one summer. And we went to this little church, and I got a silver dollar still at Justin's dad's house. Y'all hear the gunshots? This is so my neighbor is a former firearms instructor for the LA Police Department, and he retired a couple of years ago. And they drove around the country till they found a place they wanted to move. Ebony and Ivory, I love that song. Yep. Tell you what, the fellow that's blind, he did Ebony and Ivory, and it's a beautiful song. But we can't play that here. But pull it up on YouTube and bring out. What was another song? I'd like to, the Coca-Cola song, I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. Yeah. Let's harmonize with each other. Let's put on some Motown. Yeah, he's target practicing. He's been commenting on some of my posts on my personal page. Stevie Wonder, thank you, Vanessa. You're precious. My niece was living in LA, but as the pandemic started, I had a premonition of riots. Did I have a clue about riots? No, but I had this premonition of riots. I didn't know they were going to be all over the country, and I called her up and I said, I sent her a message on Facebook Messenger. I said, Brooklyn, I had a premonition of riots, and I just want you to be safe. And she lived in downtown LA. And you know, before I knew it, she was home. She was at her daddy's house in Ridgely, Tennessee. She was at her daddy's house, and she's found a job in Dyersburg. Yesterday she had a little car wreck, so say a little prayer for Brooke. She hurt her neck a little bit. I asked her, I told her, I said, please put some ice on your neck. And she said, well, it's not really hurting. She said, I'll probably be sore tomorrow. I said, your crazy Aunt Marla said, put some ice on your neck, and it'll help you tomorrow. So she did. She said, you're not my crazy Aunt Marla. And then she had a smiley face beside it. But do what you can with what you have. Sometimes all we have is a Facebook post. Sometimes all we have is a prayer. But we can do that. We can do that. When I talked to Justin this morning and asked him to bring his pole saw with him, yes, did you ever live in West Tennessee? Yes, I grew up in West Tennessee. I grew up on the Mississippi River, and I'm going to get to see Miss Kaylee Klein next week. She's coming by to see her crazy great Aunt Marla. Because I told her mama she had to bring the girls to see me if she was going to go meet their papa, her papa in somewhere on I-40. So I get to see the girls next week. But yeah, I lived in West Tennessee, a little place called Tiptonville. Tiptonville, Tennessee. Somebody's from Trenton. We used to go to Paris, Tennessee for the Strawberry Fest. No, that was a fish festival. Humboldt was the Strawberry Festival. Kaylee's excited to come see Aunt Marla. But we can do this, y'all. We can make a difference. We can make this world a better place. What's that song? Make this world a better place if you can. Lee knows Tiptonville. Yay! I graduated from Lake County High School. So did Justin. So did Patty. So did Ben's mom and Brooke's mom. So did Dina. The Teapot Festival. Yeah, I remember. Ever heard of Robin Wood in Union City? Yeah, that's my sister posting that. It's my brother-in-law. Ex-brother-in-law, but he's still my brother-in-law. I've been to Selmer, Walking Tall. We used to play Peabody High School, yeah. Football. You know, I was around a bunch of football players. And yesterday, or day before yesterday, was one of those football players' 30th anniversary with his wife. And you know, I said, y'all were just babies. Just babies. And Greg was one of our star football players. And I would always ride the bus when we went to certain activities. And Greg got a toothpick stuck in his throat. And Justin's dad was driving the bus, and I was on the bus, and Greg was turning blue. And it's really strange when you see a big black kid turn blue. But he was scared, and this toothpick was crossways in his throat. Not Greg Pascal, Greg Ross. And I knew I had to do something. And he was on the back seat of the bus, and I got him down, and I got the toothpick out of his throat with my bare hands. And I got him calm, and we had to go straight to Union City to the hospital. You do what you can with what you have where you are. You do what you can with what you have where you are. All I had was 2 fingers. But I could get something out of his throat. And now he's married. His kids are grown. He and his wife are celebrating 30 years of marriage. And it's just an amazing, amazing story of a wonderful family. Wonderful family. So you just have to love everybody. You love everybody. Somebody ends their work day. It's real hazy out there. You can't see anything. I'll try to show you the view. I didn't shove my hand down his throat, but it was stuck at the back of his throat, and he was in a panic attack, and he got all scared. But I got it. I pulled it out. He liked to chew on toothpicks. Don't chew on toothpicks, folks. That's the moral of the story. So I am going to flip the phone around and show you the view. It's not as grand a view as Leanne has from her house, but it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. We love it. We love it. That's the Blue Ridge out there. The lower mountain, you might not be able to differentiate the different mountains. But the lower mountain is Burl Mountain. I see Coal Mountain off in the distance. I can even see Looking Glass Rock. Just an edge of Looking Glass Rock. See if I can Looking Glass Rock is right at the top of my finger. But this is my back deck. The front camera is not as good as the back camera. Well, y'all have a good day. And this is my woods. Trees and rhododendron and bird feeder. Anyway, y'all have a good day. Hiawassee, somebody's going to Hiawassee, Georgia. Let's see what that is. That's where the kids like to go and water ski. Christy's going to Hiawassee, Georgia next week. So is Justin and Emily. I love you all. See you later. Bye.